JJ, the grandpa of For Honor and once considered to be a god amongst men and one of the most broken heroes to be released, who was then nerfed and fell out of the meta, only to come back years later like Uncle Iroh out of the Avatar. Out of the Wulin that I got to rep 70, JJ was the one I got to see both versions of him with, pre-rework and post-rework, and each one was different with their own issues. And the issues I'm going to talk about now are with the current JJ we have in the state of the game. Join me today in this video while we take a Sifu poise back and look at the current issues that I feel current JJ has in For Honor. JJ came out during Marching Fire, and at his time was the most broken hero in the game. However, he was nerfed and fell out pretty quickly. Now, with the current rework trend we are going through, it was only a matter of time until Grandpa got his fair share. It is no lie that JJ is in the top 3 heroes and is only bested by Raider for sheer damage output in team fights and ganks. This is where I start to have an issue with JJ and the hero, and there is only one place to start. That is the beginning, his rework. Nowadays, for a rework, a hero will most likely get a bash or unblockable 50-50 mix-up. JJ got that and some, with him having some of the highest DPS potential in the game, next to Raider. His damage and damage of other heroes needs to be looked at, as one wrong guess can make you lose 32 HP in a 1v1 fight, or if you can't avoid him, lose potentially more in a team fight with unblockables being thrown around. High damage does have its place in this game, but you need to be careful with it, as if someone can access that high damage unblockable too easily, can become an issue like JJ. So what if they parry the unblockable in a 1v1? The damage you are going to eat from the parry is negligible at best compared to what your opponent would have eaten. Damage as a whole needs to be looked at across the board and adjusted, because no one likes losing 30% of their HP to one move or to a move they cannot see off screen. Now let's talk about the 50-50, the one thing people in this game love to worship and breed by and just live by. The risk and reward factor in JJ's kit is very low, meaning he is a low risk, high reward type of hero. It is no surprise that a majority of people do not like the concept of a 50-50. A prime example of this is not just in For Honor, but another game, Dead by Daylight, a particular killer in Dead by Daylight. What killer in that game caused such an uproar? Why, it is the Spirit, whose whole power revolved around a 50-50, and survivors did not like that because there was no counterplay. Fighting her when she was phasing was a complete guess and no counterplay was involved. You either guessed right or guessed wrong, and that stands in For Honor as well. Sure, you can throw a light to stop the unblockable, but you have to guess whether or not they're going to feint into GB, let it fly, feint into Sifu, or if they are a reaction god, parry it. It is not a fun concept to fight around in my personal experience, and I'm sure many can agree with me that 50-50s are not fun. Another prime example of that in Dead by Daylight that can be compared to this game is Pyramid Head when he is at pallets. You either throw down the pallet and eat his ranged attack, or you don't and run away. For perks and feats, JJ has access to some of the best perks in the game, along with some of the best feats in the game, all which add to his strength as a hero and add to his issues, the biggest culprits being Fire Flask and Last Stand. The perk Last Stand is a crutch perk and gives unnecessary second chances, while Fire Flask has always been an issue and can melt a team. Not to mention, on top of that, he can activate against all odds and get a Fury Flask for free. And don't get me started on the Vengeful Barrier bug with Revenge Shield. Good luck killing a JJ if that is active whenever he gets fed revenge, which he is eventually going to get fed revenge if you're in pubs. When it comes down to it, though, JJ is a low-risk, high-reward type of hero, and it shows. There needs to be a fine balance between risk and reward. It is why you see so many JJs, and before his rework you would hardly see any, but now you see one at least every game or every other game. There is a reason for that, and it's simply for his easy play style, his low risk, his high reward, and his fashion and weapons. The JJ I see now is but a brain-dead shell of what he used to be, and I find him too easy and boring to play. His kit is a very simple one with the classic feint your unblockable into a GB and you let it fly every so often. It is not a fun mix-up for me to use and a fun one to fight. It is always the same 50-50 into GB unblockable with the occasional Sifu poise. It's boring and I do not enjoy it at all. So, in conclusion, I think his issues are his high damage, his risk and reward factor, feats, perks, and boring kits. Yes, I know Raider exists, and if y'all want me to make a video on him, like in this video, let me know in the comments below. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I might make a video on him if y'all want it that badly. With that being said, I hope all y'all enjoy, and don't forget to take it day by day.